Well, it's that time again. It's VindaCator here from iPlayMore.com. Quick reminder, go subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. Thank you for all the people that are doing that. It's growing. Make sure you go to iPlayMore.com, sign up for a video game test of Thunder. I do promise it's coming. It's a long ways away. A long time coming is what I'm trying to say. So, I'm the game designer, producer for Thunder Throne Wars. Happens right here in our Milky Way galaxy. And if you're an Earthling, and you've got like really great eyes. No, I'm kidding. You can't see that far. You travel down the Carina Arm, and you can see the Stellar Jewel Box Nebula NGC 3603. NASA has a satellite that took I don't want to say screenshot, but no, it took an image, a picture of it, and it looks like this. And I kept seeing this all over the internet, and I'm like, man, that's where our game's got to be. It's just so awesome. Star-forming region of space. So we put our little planet there, planet Nebulous Prime, with some spiral rings around it. JPL said that if it was a small planet, it would have spiral rings. So that's what we did. And this is what the concept art looks like. So this is all going to get redone because it's amazing what is happening. So basically we did Bear Isle and we made it playable, but we could not make it multiplayer. Unreal is a different beast than we're used to working with. And so we've got some very smart people that have figured it out. And so now Intrepid over here is now going to be our first playable multiplayer level. We're also going to make a vertical slicer. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And our game also has a metagame, which means that as you're winning and losing arenas, you're also gaining and losing territory. Makes the game much more exciting, makes winning and losing have much grander purpose, and that's a part of the design. Not yet, of course, just the design. And here is Bear Isle. This is done by the professional artist. And so you can see here in the image that the brood are over here, the kin are over here. And then when we actually made the island, it just turned out to be way too big. So we're going to try to make this smaller. But for today, you're going to see that I've moved the brood all the way up to here. This is in Unreal, this image here. Zooming in on a little bit. Now, we're way up high in the sky. So you don't play this high. Just to give you a look at the whole thing all together. So that's the path, and you're just a little guy. There's the throne. You're just a little guy on the throne there. So these are massive trees. These are called home trees behind, and they can be protected with force fields and all kinds of stuff. Okay, so Shania and I have been, that kind of rhymes, have been working on the awards. And so this is the current stage it's at. We got a few more things to do, and then this job will finally be done. So once this is done, I'll put the awards over here. This is my old mock-ups from many years ago. So these will all be duplicated over there. And then she is also working on crowns, which is kind of a favorite thing for her to do. She's doing a really good job, and she's really good at taking direction. So it's a pleasure working with her. And so she's going to do up the first 5, am I right? Yeah, the first 5, I believe 6 maybe. 6 crowns on each side. And that's kind of the priority. And then what we might do after that is just make some shared crowns down below until we have time to come back to it. So this would be the score machina. And so this is going to be her third job. And so what's happening here is you see score, and you'll notice this when I play today. You'll see score and the score there. But when you get bonus points or team points, this is going to lift up, and you're going to see the points. And at the end of the game, this is going to lift up, and it's a machinima, so it's going to go... I don't know. I'll have to make a sound for it. That's better than that one. And then it'll run, and all that score, team points, and bonus points all add into your XP. But we need a better design than this. This is just some old idea that I had. It looks kind of cool, but I'm a noob at that stuff. So my idea is just to mock it out and then give it to somebody that knows what the heck they're doing. And then we're going to jump into doing the application. So I'm not showing any of that stuff here, but we'll have to get her on track there. So this is the market exchange that I did up. So this is going to work in the application and the game. Now, somebody had a really wonderful idea. One of my interviewees, I believe, said that we should have a dark market in the app. And so I think what we're going to do is for the app and the game, we'll have a little different marketplaces just to make people want to get into both. But that's a really cool idea. So your inventory looks like this. You're going to be collecting items. You're going to be able to put items into your slots. And then, so like your number, so this is number 1. And then these slots are going to open up as you level up. 1 slot each, 2 rarities. So when this goes from the base rarity up to 2 more levels, 1 more will open. So there's 12 levels of rarity in our game. It opens 6 slots, and that's how that works. So you just grab this stuff and drag it. This is just mock-up, so I can't do it. Mock-ups. So you just drag that over here, and then it'll suggest a price. You can change it and all that kind of stuff and register your items. And then these are the things that are on your character. There's going to be crowns as well, but the crowns will be earned and awarded when you control multiple territories as a high-level player. So we have a thing called role-playing by rank, and that's what will happen. All right, so this is what we're doing a better than free-to-play concept. It's totally revolutionary. We've taken what the market has done, which is usually to take advantage of gamers, and flipped it on its head, and this is very rewarding. This has, so if pay to win is on the left, this is on the far right, so it's a completely opposite concept. Everybody can use every item. The people that buy it are renting it out to the free players in multitude and earning the game salary that the players earn, and they have to balance it because they don't want to go into debt. So we won't talk about too much about that, but that's where this is all going. And these are going to be timed, so you can see there's 25 days left, and then this gear is going to be gone forever. Zach will have a new set of gear. So about every 45 days, our characters will be the same characters. I think that's very important when you're doing IP that needs to go to television and to Hollywood and graphic novels and things like that. People want characters. You know, you can imagine if Batman was different in every comic. I mean, he is because people draw him different, but it's the same character, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, after every 45 days, the characters look totally unique. So, and if you want to get this gear, you're going to have to buy it from other players because we won't have it available anymore. That's the plan. All right, so Joe is our new art director, and this is a character called Saflatus. And so we've had some concept art done up for her a couple times before, but never at this level. And, you know, I'm at a loss here because all of this is so fantastic. You know, literally this could be 3 different characters. So, but I'm going to just kind of go through what I really like. Let's just start with the boots. I think I like these boots the best. I like the little wings on it. I kind of like these effect on the arms. Yeah, so I like that the best. I like this shoulder and this top. I like the open tummy a lot. I think that's great. And so I think I like this face the best. And now the horns that we're putting in on the characters are crowns. So I'm not exactly sure where we're going to cross over there. I don't like the 2 sets of wings, though. I think we should probably go with the bat wings. But I'm going to give him a full report on this. But it's nice because I'm going to be kind of talking out loud here. I do like the kind of tattoo work here. So maybe that could be on the tummy here. Anyways, kind of do a little bit of a mix and match. I guess I'm kind of avoiding this one. I do like it, though. So anyways, so that's going to be the choices for today. I'm going to put this image up, and then people can vote 1, 2, or 3, and let us know what you think. And then maybe go a step further and say, hey, I like number 2 because of, and list it. So, because I want to go through this and do a bunch of circles and say, do this, you know, like these shoulders with these boots, that kind of thing. So that's my opinion. So you can agree with it or disagree with it, and we'll take it. So this is Zachariel. He's going to be done in about 2 or 3 more days and be playable in the game. So this is what we call the HD high resolution version of him. So looking fantastic. Zoran's working on this. So the only thing I would say maybe is this almost looks like a little bit too much of a muscle right there. Everything else looks really good though. I don't know why that sticks out to me, but it does. So this is the winner. This is Hagen Fella, and everybody chose one. There was a few votes for two, a few votes for three, but this is the winner. So number one, this is what we're going to be building. So, and this was a test for Joe because he said, oh, hey, I'm a character guy, but I never saw this. So now, you know, obviously he's a character guy. He's fantastic. So I'm so glad to have him as our art director. And so just a little note to all the artists, everybody needs questions or help or whatever. He's very helpful and a great guy to work with. So I did this up. So Joe we're kind of in between art directors, I guess, basically, and I didn't have anybody to do this up. So Telly needed some concepts art done. So I'm not an artist. So I just went through my list of images and found what I thought would be tally, you know. So, and I just kind of thought gold, even though this isn't gold, I changed it to gold for lightning. Even though this isn't red, I changed it to red for fire. And even though this wasn't blue, I changed these rings to blue to protect from ice. So I want to show this again one more week just to kind of talk about it. So we had this kind of a concept art for the mole people. And my concern was trying to dig through a hole with all these spiky spikes on your body. I think the toes might be all right. They look a little long and stuff, but you know, anyways, we're going to still use some of those ideas. But then I saw this rat that somebody did, and I thought, oh my goodness, like that's a lot more the direction we should go for mole people. Maybe we don't need the tail, but, you know, put the mole head and the mole nose on it. And, you know, they need to be kind of blinded. So, but I kind of like how small his eye is. So anyways, I guess maybe the moles, if they did have eyes, they would be massive. Kind of, you know, like those monkeys, those little tiny monkeys with the massive eyes. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, so we need to do the mole king, the mole queen, the princess, and the guards. They're all moles. Big family of moles. So I got this done. Invest iPlayMore number 7. So the 7 videos done. We did a presentation, I think, of video number 6. And it's very interesting because where we were about 2 years ago, that's where the investor mindset was. And so it was a bit of a like, oh my goodness, this guy wants me to go back 2 years and talk about things. And I was saying, man, there's a much better way. And he wasn't open to it. So anyways, we've been advised that that's not the direction to go. So, and even he said that the direction we're going, you know, doing what the investors want is the important thing. So the investors that are actually committed to the project, that is. So I saw this on GDC talking about competitive gameplay, multiplayer games, and open world. And I like both. I play both of these. I do play multiplayer much more. I'm really not into shooting NPCs, and to me that's just all kind of fake. So like, you know, I love Skyrim, but you know, it only took me so far, and then I'm kind of like, I'm playing this all by myself. Nobody's ever going to know how wealthy I am or how good I am or anything like that. So, you know, and then they made the MMO, and it's just, that's even though you think it's social because there's people running around, it's probably less social. That's one thing I did like about World of Warcraft is even though the quests were kind of grindy, the people in the game were amazing. And so I think that social aspect is really, really important. Anyways, my point is here is that Thunder is actually competitive multiplayer and open world mixed. So we've got arenas where the multiplayer is happening, first-person shooter with RPG elements is happening, and then we've got, when you go outside the arena, you can explore, do NPC quests, you can get collectibles, and that's a lot more like Skyrim, a lot more like an open world game. So we've got both of those. I've never really thought about that, but I guess that's just kind of the natural thing that's happened. And here's the other one that I wanted to put in here is, so free-to-play MMO is a $8.7 billion industry. This is 2015. It's always hard to get new data, of course, because the year's not done, and it takes time for people to compile it. There's probably some out there, but this is what I could find. So, and then the mobile industry is, look how huge this is. Now, this is really funny because Rick was saying to me, in about 2007, we should get into the mobile. And I am not a mobile guy whatsoever. I'm a PC guy. But, you know, man, was he right. So it's amazing. Now, the other thing is a lot of people are talking about virtual reality and esports, but look how tiny those markets are. So even though we touch those markets, I'm not going to talk about it virtual. Even though we touch the esport marketplace, we don't talk about that because our focus is having an app. So we touch this mobile marketplace. and we are doing better than free-to-play MMO with our PC game. So there we go. Those are the two markets that we're going to put together. And I guess, we kind of cross over to social and PC DLC that's downloadable content, which I guess that's what we're doing. So we kind of go across all four of these, which is very cool, but it's very beneficial for the gamers. All right. So this is the square that we're working on. I'll show this a little later today after. I'm going to show Bear first, and then I'm going to go over to Intrepid. And I can only show as much as we got done. So we're bringing in some other level designers. So some of this other stuff, we're going to work on Excalibur next, then Bane, which is totally underground, and then Forever, then Eternal, then Sun. We'll go back, we'll do Bear Isle, and then I think we start at Stray Light. Boy, I don't even want to say that. I'm not sure how we do that island. I know we do Dragonian last. So, but anyways, that's not even on the board yet. So away we go. The other thing that we're looking at is bringing in a Scud Master. Scud, is that the right word? Oh my god. So I've been interviewing people all week. I'm just delirious over it. But looking at people that with this experience to lead a team and with agile management, agile's a mindset, they all say. And so, this is all new to me. We never used that kind of stuff. I just did everything myself. And we're kind of in that boat again where everybody's talking to me and I'm leading the team. And it's going well. I just think it could go better. So we bring in a Scud Master, and away we go. Sked is our thing. It is. I can't remember. Anyways, okay. I'm laughing at myself. Should have wrote it down somewhere. Anyways, so we're still going to focus on Intrepid, even though we've got the other things laid out. This is where our focus is, and we're going to do our vertical slice, which is just this little tiny area here. And you can see all the areas that we will develop, but we're going to just focus on this little area here. So here's an example of what that's going to look like. So this is for our vertical slice. Zach's going to start here, and we've got the bat interaction, the hummingbirds, the marmosets, the crocodile's going to come and snap at him, the Komodo's going to run at him, Suiel's going to drop in, and then they're going to have a battle. And so that's basically the scene that's going to happen here. Now I was thinking we'll do a prelude before that, because it's pretty easy to bring in our story master, who hasn't really been. He's not even in the character doc or anything like that. He's a mystery character. And have him set this up properly, because I think it needs to be done. And so we're just kind of thinking about that right now. And then here's another example of that. And so this is right in Intrepid. So I've taken the screenshot and then just put the things in. So this is kind of where Zach's going to come. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the Phoenix up in the sky. 5 is the croc coming and snapping at him. 6 is the Komodo. And then 7 is Suiel dropping it, and then 8 is the battle. And so just another way of looking at that, but right in the map so we can kind of get an idea. So we're going to start doing all our kind of stuff. Yes, we got to do the terrain. These are just placeholders here. So talk to James about that. He still needs to get access to the server and start putting those systems in and then testing them. So en route. So this was done by Adrian. And she says she was away on vacation. Now she's back to do some more work. So I just asked her to talk to the art director. So her and Joe will decide what needs to be done yet. But love this. She saw the trees that Maggie did and said they're perfect. So that's wonderful. So exactly like she imagined, or she said something like that. So, and then Maggie's done a bunch of lilies and stuff like that. Maggie never got that to me to show. But anyways, that's going to go into the water down there. So. And there's another concept. This is the unpainted one. It doesn't have the color in it. But amazing. And this kind of shows that the kin will be all greenery and the brood will be all things cut down and land, strip mined, and even the water's held back from their side because they like the lava. They don't like the water. And so this is gonna be different now. This is gonna move over to the left, and instead of facing and having the water run down to forever that way, it's gonna run the opposite way, and it's not gonna be backwards. It's gonna be forward. So just a few changes with this in front. So Wade was able to do some of these mock-ups, although it's floating in the air. I'm not sure why. All right. So look at this. So this is, oh, Henrique's working in the background. But this is what Zorn gave me today. So this is Suiel's rings. So I believe Henrique did those up. And Suiel's necklace, which Henrique did up. And then Suiel's earring. And I don't have the list of everybody. Karina did that. That's right. So anyways, it's been revamped and all ready to go. So these are all in the game and ready to go. Of course, the rings will be a little smaller. You get the idea. So, oh yeah, and Zorn said this all shares one texture map. And because they're small, that'll be just fine. So that's the direction we're going to go in. It's going to be great. Here's some screenshots I took of Intrepid. That's about 3 weeks ago now. And this is kind of where Zach's going to start here. Head down towards the thing. He's going to look over here at the marmosets, up at the sun. I'm not sure where the sun's going. Sun's in different spots for those two screenshots. So we have time of day, so it might move. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do that. And then so Zach's going to come here. The Croc's going to come swimming up and snap at him. Komodo's going to come running at him. Now, I was thinking about this. This is kind of an important element here, that when the Komodo comes running at you, if you got full shield, it's not a problem. It's when you have no shield. Like if you've escaped the pit and you're running around the map, that's a problem. So, and you could shoot the Komodo and banish him, but then you got to face him in the pit if you go back there. So it's kind of a choice that the player makes. So, and then Suiel's going to drop down somewhere in here. There'll be a fountain here in the middle, and then they're going to battle out like this area here. So that's what we got so far. There's the beach that nobody gets to see. I was thinking maybe the marmosets could be set up there. The village could be there. That'd be kind of cool. And then this is where the ocean's pushed back, and the Brood Fortress is going to be here. So we still got to come up with a reason why the ocean's held back. Maybe we did, but I can't remember. Oh, and then the King Castle's now going to go here, because here's too close. You can actually even see that that's a lot closer than this. Look at the difference. So, and I mean, perspective is changing it a bit. But anyways, if you move the King Castle here, then it is exactly halfway. So, gotta do so a little bit more measuring. So this is kind of the Brood Fortress mock-up. So I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna do with that, but there'll be some changes made. And then this is the volcanoes. Of course, this is turning out a little different. This is what I ended up doing. So this is the concept. And then, this is where the mountains actually were. So I've just kind of put a color over top to show that they're brood. We'll have to do the same with some of this stuff in the land and maybe the sand and everything. I'm not sure. And then I've put the holes here for the lava. And then I just kind of painted this in. And so my idea here is that there would be a throne pit here in front. Imagine the circle is the castle, the fortress, and then there's a gate here that can open and close, some walkways to make it exciting, and then this is their home tree. Oh yeah, see, and I talked about this last time, and I was going to say, hey, oh yeah, because I wanted to know where the river flowed past forever, and then this is where the laggers will go. And so I wanted to put this in place here. So this is the idea for the King Castle, just mock-ups, just me putting shapes in to kind of get the idea. So I'm thinking that the water will flow from here, come down into this kind of a dam area, and then flow out to the next map. So we're going to figure out how that's going to go. This has to be higher than, Wade did raise it up, but today you'll see everything's just floating for some reason. We haven't figured that out. And just a little bit of a zoom on where it is. Teespring said they had an extra $5 off, but I think that's if we created something new. So forgive me if I'm wrong about this, but Teespring stores iPlayMore, you can get $3 off with iPlayMore code, and there might be another $5 off, but I think we had to create something else for that. So I just didn't have time for that. So anyways, you can go to Discord, and this is our terrible link. And you can earn mana by being active there. So we're slowly setting our Discord up for this, so it will get more busy as time goes on. So there we go. I can turn on my camera now. Wave hello. So get the camera over here now so you can see what's happening with the gameplay. Find the map. So here we are in the game world. This is live in the Unreal Engine. And of course it's drawing everything in this massive world. So that's the first thing I'm going to say is that we've got all that stuff fixed, but not in this map. So I'm going to push Alt-P, and there's the big long wait. We'll shorten these things as we get this more optimized. This map is not optimized whatsoever. It doesn't have proper LEDs, doesn't have proper textures on the terrain, doesn't have proper textures on the objects or the vegetation. We've got all of that solved, but not functioning in a playable map yet. But what I do want to say about this, let's do an advanced thing. So advanced, oh, I was facing the wrong way. Oh, advanced. So this is kind of an advanced move. Oh yes. The cool thing about our game is that you can do advanced moves. Let's see if you can do it too. Oh. No! I did cheat. Okay, so that means that, so you can see the brood side flashing in the bottom left. If we go back over to Kin here. Push H, you can see next goal is a fountain.
Prince of Thunder.
And it is a fast-paced game, which is kind of bad for having this slower performance. You see I went over the hill there. It lags a little bit because it's drawing more territory. Oh, okay, forget it. I did this cool thing where I jumped down into the thing. I should do that for my stream. So there's two sounds there. One is making the stronghold, one is leveling up. So if I just switch to my next device here, let's just type FOV space 112, enter. And then when I look down, you can see that my device has been leveled up to 1332. And that is slowly filling up. So all your devices will regenerate. Oh, and you see there's some energy here, so I'll just show you. So 903. There we go. So that's all working. Okay, so we've got an enemy on the throne here. So this is just me playing by myself before we get into the multiplayer stuff. Okay, so I'm going to push 1. I'm going to take my claw out. Still not exactly happy with how that's working. That should immediately push him off. It doesn't seem to be working. Let's try the left click or the right click. Yeah, that works. All right. Let's go have a look at where he went. Oh, he went flying. He dropped down here. You can see his throne is flashing. So it's a little warning that somebody's on there. It'll flash faster if there's more teammates on there. We're just going to let Zach get it today. You can see Balaam's got an image find on his screen. As soon as Zach captures that throne, it's going to change. And here it goes. Come on, Zach. Yeah, see?
King of Dominations.
All right. Okay, so let's go just back. So it's going to show you something. So Balaam's going to come up behind. He's in the ring. So the moment Zach moves, he'll start capturing. Zach's going to switch over to a recoil device. So shooting these will pull you through the air very quickly. It is a race because he's now capturing that throne. We're going to fix that landscape popping like that, but that's just the default. All right, so all I have to do is touch this. Instant empire. There's my crown. Oh! Oh yeah, that's broken. And find is on my screen. Okay, that's really broken. Boy, that's broken. Yeah, so that throne was supposed to go out. I forgot that that's broken. So we haven't been working on this side of the code. So now the find's here, so I don't really know what to do. I'm just gonna go show a victory condition. See, I don't even know why I would be capturing this throne, because I just made an empire, so this is completely wrong. It's funny how code can be so accurate, and you have everything right, everything's approved, and then something changes it all. So, yeah, because right now it's trying to say that this belongs to the brood, but that's not correct. Anyways, we'll get that all fixed. Saying, oh, you know what? It's not saying. It's saying that the fountain is open again, but I'm not going to worry about all that stuff. So I could go make a stronghold again, but we're not playing a real game here yet. So just so you know, that stronghold is what locks the enemy out from leveling up their energy, because you can shoot these devices and run out of energy even if you have them leveled up. It's not impossible to do. There is a left fire and a right fire on every device. So, and we've got a lot of work to do on devices. Alright, so I'm just going to push T. I'm going to push D for a lightning throne, and I'm going to push left mouse, and I'm going to start placing some thrones across the map. We don't have to worry about obstacles. And anywhere you point. Now, there's something I want to say too, is that, this is just an amazing experience to be somebody that's created something totally unique as gameplay from just playing lots of games and, things I like. And then all the things I don't like, I've removed creatively through design. All right, let's flip over to the other side. Flip over to the other side. So I don't know why it's trying to capture this again. So there's something really broken here. We'll just get out of there. Some thrones. So even when your side is out, you can place thrones. Of course, you're going to need 4 throne energy, so it's not going to be so fast for you. But for testing, we just kind of hot-wired it so it's automatic. So you can see every throne I place, I'm gaining 5 points. So I'm just going to leave it there for now. I'm going to push H. And you can see I got 290 points here. I can see the enemy right there. So I'm going to just place towards him. And I can fire, so I can push F and fire some lightning on him. Some fire. Some ice. Bit of a storm there. So Ultimate Throne Wars is declared, because we're in range. See, my points are going up, so I know I'm hitting them. We got a little tinkle sound that's got to show up here. So now I'm not getting points. I'm going to push enter. Get a little closer to him. I'm just pushing left and right. And I'm going to usurp all of his throne. Alright. So this throne is vulnerable. It's got my crown on it, which means my whole kingdom is vulnerable. Or whole empire, that is. You can see I have all these thrones now that were red are now blue. And so I have been extended all the way over to here. Usurping's kind of cool. Instantly my crown moves here. Crown of power. So the top 5 players, I think, are going to have crown thrones.
The king. Domination.
All right.
Dominations.
Okay, so I placed one more throne here, which put his energy icon here in jeopardy. You can see it's got a health bar on it, and now I can shoot lightning devices. Just shoot some different devices there. Why am I going way up in the air? I'm not exactly sure why I went up so high. Recoil? Maybe? I feel like I'm a little drunk. Take a little more red energy. So we'll take the health bar up from 1,000 to maybe 10,000, so the whole team's got to work on this. But it's just me here today. All right, one last shot. And then it changes over. I am on the center throne there, hard to see me. I'm going to be able to gesture here. And we got to finish up the scoreboard to match that example I showed, and then all our rewards and things like that. But this is what is so cool about this, is now no loading. Here we are again. So I was thinking about this. I looked at some of the old game design, and so what we do is we have a timer of 30 minutes with 5 minutes of overtime if the game is tied. And so I think how it's going to work is in 30 minutes, you're going to attempt to do this as many times as possible. And then when the time's up, the time's up. So you might not even get it done 3 times. You might only get it done 2.5 times or something like that. So, and of course, you know, that'll change the last battle. Are you placing thrones, or are you going to just go head to head? And of course, you can eliminate the whole enemy team, and that's another victory condition. So you can destroy the icon. That's one victory condition. I'll eliminate the whole enemy team. And so if I push H for HUD, you can see on my bottom left, you see the enemy's icon is open, but you can also see that there's a red and blue pit. And so that's what the counters will be for how many people are in the pit. So that's how that's going to work. Let's show banishing. I haven't showed that for a little bit. So we're going to just not level Balaam up. I'm not going to give him any special shields or anything. I'm not going to go anywhere near anything else. All this music you're hearing is our soundtrack. We have 46 songs recorded and mastered all ready for the game. The plan is to broadcast those, and that way we can add new songs and story elements and all kinds of stuff. Well, that's the other thing I could do, is talk about the story a little bit. So let's do that too. Alright, so, oh yeah, don't pick up any shield. Let's keep him weak. Okay, I'm just going to put him right here. We're going to switch back over to Zach. Zach's going to go down here and show you a secret. So the secret is, if you come down into your throne pit and you see this mushroom and this rock that looks a little bit out of place, you can open this up. You can get some rare shields and a rare device. So the cool thing about the rare device is it attacks directly to the rare shield. And if the player doesn't have any, then it attacks all 3 forward shields. So it's very, very powerful, but rare, a little bit harder to find, that kind of thing. So we're going to come over here. I know he's over here. There he is. So we might find it hard to find each other in the game, so we might do some of those things, outlining and things like that, but let's see if we can get away without doing that sort of thing. Alright. So I can attack him with a white energy, take his black and white shield. I can attack him with a red energy, take his red shield. And you can see I'm getting points for all that stuff. Or I can attack him with blue, get points for that. Or I can attack him with rare. And look at the points I'm getting for that. Now he's been banished. Oh, we've got the items dropping into the ground again. So we haven't fixed anything for the last few weeks in here. So they've fallen below. Okay, so what happens to Balaam? Well, Mr. Balaam has been banished. You can see here he can look around. But WASD does not work. Just the message, he's been banished. There's going to be a banished animation, so we've got some storyboards, but we're going to work on that animation. And then pushes his mouse button, and he's been banished to the pit. He's going to do a scream here as he falls down, a landing sound. So we got to get all that stuff in. That's all animation. And if I push H, you can see he's got 0 shield, so he's totally unprotected down here. He's got one device, the claw. Oh, another little issue. There should be no switch sound here, even though because I'm not switching anything. Okay, I can push G and have a look at what Balaam looks like. Okay. So there we go. Oh yeah, I want to test the jump. He should have a limited jump. Yeah, so his jump is limited because your wings are removed when you're banished, and until you get freedom, you have a smaller jump. So there we go. All right, let's take this route today. So there's many ways out of here. So I'm kind of toggling my fast run, because if I run fast, it's going to throw me right off of here. Here's some of the bats. We've got the models, we've got the rigging done on them, we got the animation done, but we still have to get them into the game. We're not putting anything more else into this because this is already running so slowly, because it's done the old school way with everything's got, you know, layers and layers and layers upon layers of textures on it at high resolution, which is not the way to build an open world game. So this is our first open world game. I think the first one was really meant to be kind of more open world, at least open level, but old technology wouldn't even do that, so it's nice to be here. So yeah, it looks like I'm rolling just round and round, but I am going up. And then those sounds have to be attached to the actual bats. Now, just so you understand the process, so we're this level is our prototype level where we show everything off, and didn't quite get it 100%, but it's pretty close. It's missing a few major elements to the gameplay, but we'll get to those in the next map. The next map is going to be pre-alpha, as we do the vertical slice, and then we'll start the multiplayer there once we get the castle and everything in. So it's one thing I want to say about this map. I really appreciate this map making a new one, because this has all the fun stuff in it that you can do. So now I guess I could have used my claw and went up a little faster, but I think a lot of people will just do this. Now, if you pick up this pet, you're going to start losing some control. Oh, I finally got some shield. So if somebody was to shoot me, oh, and there's some devices here. So now the sound should work. See, and now my selector's working. Some rare energy. Just going to take my claw, make sure I get this. So I picked up freedom, and now I've got my super jump back. Oh yeah, because I got wings. Isn't that cool? Love it. Alright, so he's going to pick up some more devices. And that's how that works. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm under the lake. I have to figure out how to get the new lake to draw underneath. I got it to work in here, but I can't remember. I know you make it two-sided, but there's another step, because two-sided doesn't work. So there's another step there. Okay, so, you know, one of the things that you could do is come stand in a shrine here and fill up your shields. So you're seeing my shields are beginning to fill up. So now I can take a hit or two. This is going to be your inventory. So now you can go and kind of fix things up or whatever. Now I'm going to show you another little secret here. So this, oh, you can see some of it already here. So this is not with. So I've got freedom, so to fly. It's going to change devices, something a little quieter. And I'm change over to not with. I'm just going to push G so you can see my character. And when I push enter,
Not with.
you can see that he's very hard to see now. Not impossible, but harder to see. So pause the power-ups. And you see what happens when I push G? My gesturing is calling down power-ups. Isn't that cool? So you can come out into the wilderness. And the thing is, everybody's going to be gesturing in the game. Just because it's a cool thing to do, not realizing that this is happening. And it happens in the wilderness, not on the paths. Because that's not one thing I don't like about some of the games out there. Every 2 minutes, the power-up shows up. People just run a timer, and they just spawn camp it. And this is just so cool. Isn't that cool? All right. So now, let's go find Zach and have a little vengeance on him. So we've got when you hold down shift, it's going very fast. If I let go, then that's just run. And I think alt, yeah, alt is your walk. So here's your walk speed, run speed, fast run speed. And nice and smooth, I like that. No, and it doesn't feel like I'm hitting a wall. It's nothing worse than they put a run speed of 320 game units per second or whatever. And then when you hit that, you feel like you're hitting a wall. So, all right, there's Zach. And see, that's an illusion. That's another thing we got to address too. It looks like he's running. Okay, so what Balaam's going to do, let's just kind of show some of this stuff off. So first of all, I'm going to fly. I'm going to be invisible. Oh, whoops. Fly. Be invisible. And do 5 times damage. And Zach's not going to know what's going to hit him. A little harder to control. So you can see I'm hitting his rare shield. I can pause my power-ups. Alright, pick up the booty. Rare device. Alright. Isn't that cool? And if we switch over to Zach. Zach's been banished. He can look around, but he can't move. You can see what happened. Of course, he's going to go to third person, which I can't do at this moment, and and you'll see yourself being banished. Spawned into the pit. Now, question, how do we... He's got 0 shield. How do we keep these guys? So I'm going to just race to the... Which is something somebody's going to do. You're going to have jerks that do this, right? So remember, I was earning all those points. Let's just push H. So I've earned 1,200 points. I've got 1,201. 1,200 for removing shields. So I'm at the bottom of the fountain. I'm out of the fountain. I just shot myself through that door. I'm going to jump down. And I know this with the rock here is where people are banished. Okay, so how do we keep this from happening? So this guy comes down here. That guy's got no shield. This guy's got shield. Let's look at my points. 1,200 points. So granted, I can make him disappear with 1 shot, but I only get 1 point. No bonus, no team. It's 1 point to rebanish him. And guess what he's got? He's got the... Whoops. Clicked on the wrong thing. He's got the ability to say, hey, I'm not going to banish right away. I'm not going to spawn right away because that guy's waiting for me. But let's just say, okay, well, I give up now. I'm going to respawn. First of all, I can do this. So I can right click and you can see I'm in a protective bubble. It only lasts so long. And then I can left click. That worked beautifully. Okay, so I protected myself with a smaller shield, but I also put him in a bubble. Let's just jump to him for a second. Oops. And so he can't walk, but he can use his claw to move. So he's been removed, and by that time I'm out of there. So these little tricks that you'll learn. So like I said, you can use right click, protect your whole body, but it's limited. Or I can have a small shield and try to point that towards the enemy when he's shooting me to kind of block the shots. So that's how that works. So a little bit of tips there on how to play the game. And the game is just so fun. It is just running around. Just because it's fast. I know Henrique says walk. He's like, just walk, man. It looks better. Yeah, it does. Walk. Let's do the real walk. So there's the real walk. Yeah, he's right. But it's boring. So I like to go fast. Oh. And then things like that, you know, to have that recoil. To pull myself up like that. So if Zach is not protected, he is banished again. Let's show one more secret here before I jump into the next map. Okay, so you can see I got some air control. I don't have my big jump. So my jump isn't big, but I can run fast. I take the left tunnel here. Got a little bit of shield, so I'm a little bit protected. Now here's what I would advise when you come to the end of this. Pick up the return. And come sit in the shrine. See how my shields are going to fill? I'm going to go back over to Balaam. So let's just say that he got a sense of where you're going. Now I'm going to push H. You're going to see he's got lots of shield, but not totally full. And the game is a lot about, you know, managing your shields and your energy. And then if you're doing the free side of the better than free to play, then you need to manage the gear that you're renting. You can't get everything. And you don't want to go into debt. I'm not going to tell you why. That'll be a surprise for you when you go into debt. Just let me tell you, it's not good in life or in the game. All right. So Balaam's going to come up here. He's going to use some recoil to get here a little faster. Now, so he's going to come up. He's going to see... Oh! Mr. Zach is hiding. Now, Zach wouldn't have wings here because he doesn't have freedom, so we haven't got that all figured out yet. But so Balaam's going to start shooting him. Now, he's in a shrine, so he's filling up. But if we switch over here... Oh, you see... Look at the problem. My shields are maxed out at 44%. So remember I picked up this? Let's push enter. Now if he tries to follow me, he's going to go to his own side. So he can't follow me here. So how do I get my shields from 44 to 100%? Very simple. This is my home tree. It's a massive tree on my side. My level return takes me right there. I just touch this. I've leveled my shield back up, and now they'll fill back up to 100. Now let's say that I want to get back in the game. I don't got time for that. Let's say I push G a few times, or something my teammates have, and I'm going to come over here. Well, what I'm going to look for is right here. Now when I push enter, look at my shields. So my shields are now filling up from notch up. And if I come into a shrine with notch up on, now it's even faster. Look at that. 100%. Isn't that cool? That is some... I'm going to pat myself on the back. That's some good design. So, anyways, again, I really appreciate playing this map now that we're starting the next one, because it's like, oh, it's so nice to play something that's close to done, even though that this is laggy and it's not performing 100%. Okay, so I'm going to push escape, which is going to end the game for me. And I'm going to push F11, X-day this. Don't save. Now I gotta go find the other. Okay, so Thunder Workspace is multiplayer. Or sorry, single player. Cool. You think I'd think before I talk, but no, I just talk. Alright, so now we have the level loading again, and I clicked off of it, so just put it up to the front. So Intrepid loads way faster, that's why I do it second in the order of things. We do have more things coming up though on Intrepid, so I'm just gonna hide my toolbar. Oh, this bug. Isn't that a funny bug? There we go. Go away. Okay, and we want to hide. Do game view. Okay, here we go. So, Kang does have it so I can spawn here, but I've got no devices or anything, so we'll work on that this next week. So I'm gonna just float around. So the first thing I want to do is kind of show off these amazing mountains. So Wade said that he built the land up here. The only problem with building the land up there though is it's gonna make the mountains look smaller, so of course I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not exactly sure what he did or how he did it. So here's that fountain idea that I have. Of course, it's a bunch of fountains based on that drawing, that is. And then the castle. These are just blocked out. The castle's not going to look like that, don't worry. The home tree. Henrique needs to fix that up. Note to Henrique. James is going to get the texture system in here because this is not textured. Make that very clear. People were commenting on that. No, this is not textured. And all this stuff, this stretching that you see here, all gone. All fixed. So the Brood Fortress, again, just blocked out. No, Fortress is not going to look like that. And the tree, Henrique needs to do some work here. You can see the centerpiece is missing. but it's just an idea of how things are going to be. So that's what we're going to do. Need to get textures on that. All right, in the fountain area. This is so cool. The water's removed. This is where the actual fountain is going to go. And I just love this because, you know, you're going to come from your castle or your fortress or whatever, and you're going to try to fall right in here, miss the trees, and right in there and create a stronghold. Very cool. And we're trying to make them all different. Wade reshaped the lake, which looks very nice. I like that. Good job. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with this because this is where the kin castle is going to go. So this is going to have to be fixed up a bit. So somebody can work on that. We got a couple new level designers joining. They're not here yet. And our guy that did this is going to go away to his full-time job where he does this full-time. But I'm very thankful that he did this much for us. So, and remember, this is just one square. Let's just go up. Forget the flashing. I'm not sure why it flashes like that. But anyways, this is just one square of that massive island that we're building. And this will just be one level in that island. But yeah, some important things that the fountain can't be seen by either side. So if I go over to the kin castle, now I need to put some thrones. So I think I'm going to just put a throne here. Yeah, see? But I can kind of see the Brood Fortress, but it's not too bad. I mean, I guess I know where to go, which is kind of cool. But I can't see the fountain. When I'm at the fountain... Oh, I can see the Brood Fortress. But I can't see the King Castle. So we might have to do something like that. We might have to extend this hill a little bit. So some thoughts. And so I can put the throne up here just for now. So maybe I'll go do that right now. Because then we can start putting some of our gameplay on everything here. But anyways, that's what we got so far. And this is Intrepid. So this is very, very early stage. We'll do our vertical slice, which is just this area right here. We're going to polish that to a finished. Then we'll put the real castle. We'll do the blockouts first, and then the overpaint. And then once we know how it's going to look, and then we'll develop it a little bit more. So that's what we got so far. That's it for today. So make sure you go to iPlayMore.com, sign up for our video game test of Thunder. And if you're not sure if you did it already, when you sign up, it'll say if you've done it already or not. So, and then we need, I don't know how many more weeks. This is just very strange how everything unfolds. You know, it's a lot of excitement and momentum. And, oh yeah, so we need to bring in the Scrum Manager and, or Master, sorry, Scrum Master. That's why I'm having a hard time saying it. Scrum Master, and then get the team on track with some sprints and focused on getting some things done and make it very clear, because I think some people, because we have a new game, because people work remote, it can be a little tough. So anyways, it's VindaCator saying thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, share, and ring the bell. And you can do some commenting too. That would be great. And we'll see you next week. It's VindaCator, and I am...